His son was killed, and he was buried alive. Mike struggled his way out of the grave because the only thing keeping him alive now was the belief that he must avenge his son. He gathered supplies, wrapped himself in fur, and crawled painfully toward the enemy's stronghold, cracking rotten cattle bones to scrape out the marrow for strength. When he reached the riverbank, dying of thirst, he finally drank, but the water spilled right out of the wound in his neck. To keep the wound from becoming infected, Mike smeared gunpowder over it, bit down hard, and set it on fire. The searing pain knocked him unconscious. Driven by vengeance, he ate dried sparrows, chewed the wild grass beneath tree roots, and carved the name of his enemy into the riverbank so he would never forget. Then came the voices of native warriors from the shore. Desperate, he leapt into the freezing river, dove beneath the surface to avoid bullets, only to be swept into a waterfall by the raging current. He clung to a floating log just in time and managed to crawl back to shore. Mike built a fire and stacked stones into a fish trap. Too exhausted to cook, he grabbed a fish straight from the water and devoured it raw. At this moment, his only thought was survival. That night, the howling of wolves woke him, but it turned out to be a native tribesman using fire to drive the beasts away while feasting on buffalo meat. Mike approached slowly, and the man instantly drew his bow. Mike threw himself to the ground, signaling he meant no harm. The tribesman lowered his weapon and handed him a piece of beef. By morning, Mike shared his story and offered the man some of his spoils. They set off together, quickly becoming close companions. When a blizzard struck, the tribesman chopped wood for a fire, built a shelter, cleaned Mike's infected wound with herbs, and used heated stones with blood to create a primitive steam bath. Mike drifted into sleep, but when he awoke, he found his only friend hanging from a tree.